This evening, Ghana Police Force 1,000 offenders caught on speed cameras. Road safety effort intensifies amid rising fatal accidents. Minister of Public Works highlights transportation enhancements and infrastructure plans. Domestic violence support enhanced as government unveils Hope and Justice System initiative. In the region, Ecuador's election. Candidates pledge to curb violence. An internationally grim situation in Canada's British Columbia as wildfires intensify. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for August 21st, 2023. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, in 2023, over 1,000 road users have been captured and prosecuted for traffic offenses, including speeding and not wearing seatbelts, by speed cameras on the Mandela to Eccles 4-lane highway. Traffic Chief Superintendent Dennis Stephen revealed this information, noting that the cameras were installed to photograph vehicles exceeding the speed on the 4-lane highway. The Ghana Police Force, in collaboration with the National Road Safety Council and Impressions Incorporated, has launched the Respect the Road campaign, which includes an enforcement arm involving arrest warrant drives and education components that uses bumper stickers and flyers to educate road users. Despite efforts, there has been a rise in fatal accidents, particularly involving motorcycles, with 93 deaths from 8 accidents recorded so far in this year. Speeding is a leading cause of these accidents, and while drunk driving incidents have decreased due to stricter regulations, more needs to be done to ensure road safety. Measures such as helmet distribution among motorcyclists and cooperative efforts with bar owners are being implemented to address these concerns. Continuing on our coverage of road safety, ranks of the Police Traffic Department stacked up 90 traffic charges following traffic enforcement exercises in Regional Division 4C in the Stations District of Sparendam, Betterfawaktin, Vigilance, Covenjon, and Mahaika on Sunday, August 20th. The exercise took place between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. and involved collaborations between traffic ranks and the Road Safety Council in the region. The cases included violations such as speeding, breaches of various license and conditions, failure to wear seatbelts, improper use of helmet, and dangerous driving, as well as other infractions. The highest number of cases were reported in Sparendam with 42 cases, followed by Vigilance with 21 cases. The exercise aimed to enhance road safety and compliance with traffic regulations in the area. In other news, the government is taking steps to modernize and reform the justice sector, focusing on aiding victims of domestic violence and other forms of abuse. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal has announced plans for a collaborative effort between his ministry and the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security to establish a Hope and Justice Center. This center will serve as a unique concept, providing a haven for victims of domestic violence, sexual abuse, and trafficking in persons. Equipped with social workers, medical personnel, police presence, and possibly legal representation, this center aims to accommodate those who lack a safe space to stay or who face returning to abusive environments. Initially introduced as a pilot project in Regions 4, 3, and 1, the center's success will lead to replications across all administrative regions. Additionally, the Domestic Violence Act will be replaced by a new Family Violence Bill incorporating civil and criminal aspects to address modern needs and challenges. Meanwhile, victims of domestic abuse are encouraged to call the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security 914 hotline number for assistance. This morning, government pathologist Dr. Nihal Singh conducted a post-mortem examination on the body of the 19-year-old woman whose lifeless body was discovered in her Lusignan apartment on Friday, August 18th. Dr. Singh's report cited the cause of death as compression injury to the neck consistent with hanging. The examination revealed no other marks on her body, according to the police. Despite the police's findings, her family members continue to demand a thorough investigation as they remain doubtful about the circumstances surrounding her death. Following the post-mortem examination, the body was handed over to the family for burial. According to reports, the young woman told her friends that she had ended a relationship with a 36-year-old man whom she said made constant threats against her. Surveillance footage showed the same man leaving her apartment a few hours before her body was discovered. If you or anyone you know needs support, don't hesitate to get in touch with the suicide prevention hotline numbers on the screen to seek a counselor. Stick around when we return. Minister of Public Works highlights transportation enhancement and infrastructure plans, and Minister of Health announces over 1,000 enrollments in hybrid nurses program.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick peas powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she papa buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. The government is focusing on enhancing transportation services alongside ongoing infrastructural and socioeconomic transformations. The government is focusing on enhancing transportation services alongside ongoing infrastructural and socio-economic transformations. Minister of Public Works Bishop One Edgehill emphasized this commitment during the Semextra duty-free store opening ceremony at the Kanawaima Ferry Terminal at Molson Creek Region 6. Acknowledging the increased movement of people and vehicles due to the pandemic, the government added another vessel to several routes to accommodate commuters. Efforts are being made to improve travel convenience, including potential expansion of the Kanawaima Ferry Terminal and the implementing of online booking services to streamline the ferry experience. Minister Edgehill assured that the future bridge establishment will not make the ferry terminal obsolete, but rather offer development opportunities such as creating an exclusive duty-free zone. The government's commitment to improving transportation and facilities aligns with broader transformation plans for Berbice County, encompassing various projects like road improvements, stadiums, and Deepwater Harbor. Approximately 1,162 individuals are currently undergoing training in the Ministry of Health's Hybrid Registered Nurses Program. The program was introduced online to accommodate more participants due to limited physical accommodation. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony highlighted this during Region 6's Pharmacy Assistant Graduation event. The hybrid program combines online theoretical training with in-person practical training. The Ministry's Health Science Education Division qualified and approved all applicants. The first batch of students will complete the theory online, then engage in practical training. After completing both phases, graduates are guaranteed employment by the government. Minister Anthony also mentioned plans to expand the availability of the laboratory technician program to all regions, similar to the pharmacy assistant program. He also encouraged individuals to consider enrolling in the midwifery program the ministry offers. Don't go away after the break. Grim situation in Canada's British Columbia as wildfires intensify. And Niger coup leader proposes a 3-year transition of power.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip. If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Voters in Ecuador will be electing a new president from among 8 candidates. They have all campaigned on stopping the rise in violence. About 50% of the voters in Ecuador says they are still undecided, which makes the elections one of the most unpredictable in decades. Despite the indecisiveness, voters agree something must be done to curb the violence. Al Jazeera's Lucia Norman reports.
Amid Ecuador's unprecedented political and security crisis, an unprecedented snap general election. A religious ceremony flanked by special forces served as the final campaign event for Cristian Zurita, who's replacing assassinated anti-corruption and crime candidate Fernando Villavicencio.
Por supuesto que el Ecuador es un narcoestado.
Ecuador is now a narco-state. Otherwise, how can we explain what's happening? We are a country that exports the largest amount of drugs abroad and also consumes as many drugs at home.
Leading in the polls by a diminishing margin is lawyer Luisa Gonzalez from the left-wing Citizen Revolution Party, still led by exiled former President Rafael Correa. He was sentenced to 8 years in absentia on corruption charges that he denies. From abroad, he told Ecuadorians that the good days will be back under Luisa Gonzalez.
I see a country on its knees. We're going to start to put it back on its feet so it can walk and then run. In a year and a half, we're going to control security in the country, the prisons and the borders.
But the candidate who promises to use an iron fist against crime is 40-year-old Jan Topic, a charismatic newcomer in politics. The millionaire economist and security impresario shows off his tattoos from recent military missions. He fought in the French Foreign Legion in Somalia, Syria, and the Ukraine, and was trained as a sniper. Topic laughs off comparisons to Rambo, but tells Al Jazeera he admires El Salvador's controversial president Nayib Bukele.
I don't agree with everything he does, but if there's something that I admire about El Salvador's president, which we will implement in my government, is his clarity and determination. We need a new form of leadership with energy, urgency, determined to do what is necessary now.
Although Ecuadorians have a lot of choices, the winner won't have a lot of time. According to the Constitution, the new president can only stay in office long enough to finish the outgoing president's administration. In other words, about 18 months. After that, there will have to be a new presidential election, a situation many believe will increase instability and ungovernability here in Ecuador. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Quito.
Authorities in Western Canada have implored tens of thousands of people to heed evacuation orders. They have warned of difficult days ahead as severe and fast-changing forest fires in the province of British Columbia intensified further. Al Jazeera's Kati Kulhan reports.
This is why wildfires are so terrifying. In an instant, it shifts, grows, consuming everything and everyone in its wake.
Feel the heat?
Oh my God. This was Nikki Goyer's view from the passenger seat.
At the very end, where the right to the right, that is where we felt the most intense heat. In the car, you could feel a little bit of warmth driving through it, but most of it was just the fear of all the red.
The red, the glow, is all that lights up the skies here in West Kelowna in British Columbia, where tens of thousands of people have evacuated or been told to, with unknown numbers of homes and buildings already destroyed.
We will start counting the number of houses when we stop fighting the fires that are burning today. As soon as we know, we'll share the information.
Jeff and Julie Hoffman evacuated, but they say their community is keeping them updated on what they left behind remotely with doorbell cameras.
We're on a Facebook group, a community Facebook group that just is posting constantly. Here's how things look right now out the front door. It just gives people some peace of mind.
A reassuring glance at their past, and they hope their future after this experience that they say has only strengthened their love of this area.
We were generously offered our friend's house while they're out of town, and we've heard, again, just hundreds of people offering their places, offering their acreages to store all of their vehicles and their toys and their things.
This has been a terrible wildfire season for many parts of Canada. Right now, the country is battling over 1,000 wildfires, many of those classified out of control and headed toward new communities every day. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera.
Niger's coup leader has proposed a 3-year transition of power after meeting a delegation of West African leaders and warned that any attack on the country would not be a walk in the park for those involved. Al Jazeera's Ahmed Idris reports.
3 weeks after the coup, Niger's military is under pressure. Sanctions imposed by the regional bloc ECOWAS have cut off imports of food, electricity, and medical supplies. And the leadership isn't happy.
Those who have imposed these cruel sanctions and threatened to kill thousands of Nigerians are hoping to divide and impose their will on our people. They think they can force us to accept what is deeply unacceptable because it is contrary to our interests and to our cardinal values. They want to isolate our country at a time when our people most need community and solidarity to better face terrorism and insecurity.
With public servant salaries still unpaid and shortages of essential goods, the military risks losing its support base. For now, though, it can count on these people in the capital. Thousands rallied on Saturday, volunteering to join the army to fight against any potential intervention by ECOWAS forces. Against that backdrop, a delegation from ECOWAS held talks with the coup leader, General Abdurrahman Chiani. They also met President Mohamed Bazoum, whom the junta accuses of treason for acting in the interest of a foreign state, a reference to France, the former colonial power.
We met him, we heard from him and what was done to him. He told us about the problems he's facing that we will take to the leaders that sent us here.
The visit is seen as a potential breakthrough, as the junta has agreed to dialogue and announced a 3-year transition to democracy. But with Mali, Guinea and Burkina Faso failing to deliver on their transition promises, it's not clear how ECOWAS will respond.
The will to act militarily is to stop what could be seen as a contagion of coups. There's been coups in Guinea, Burkina Faso and Mali. Countries who carry the ECOWAS mandate like Senegal and the Ivory Coast want to stop this, but these states are seen as being too close to France, the former colonial power.
In Nigeria, people are divided over support for regional intervention. The impact of sanctions are also felt here. Businesses estimate they're losing hundreds of millions of dollars a month since the borders with Niger were closed. The coup leader's primary concern is to have those sanctions lifted, something that's only likely to happen if ECOWAS accepts General Chiani's proposed timeline for a transition to democratic rule. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Abuja.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. Safe TV2 headline news for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.